Hey guys, Professor Fat Shady from the University of Trials, and I'm actually really pissed off. And I don't often talk like this on the channel. I got a message today from an awesome viewer and just general community guy, Steve Forgears, up on screen here, and it says, a new writer needs support after a jerk told her she was an embarrassment to the Trials community on Twitch. Honestly, I don't swear on this channel, so I'm trying to sort of contain the rage that I have. If you are this person, or you are like this person, I certainly don't want you to be a part of any community that I'm involved in. This is not representative of the Trials community, and I think it's just utter crap, to be perfectly honest. I was only reading a Kotaku Australia article a couple of days ago where they were actually probably Kotaku US as well. They were talking about reformed internet trolls, and the absolutely overriding theme for each and every one of the comments from people who used to be internet trolls were that they were the ones with the issues. Like, they flat out acknowledged that they had relationship issues, family issues, or some other thing going on in their life, and this was effectively their attempt to gain some control back of a life where they felt weak. So, this, it's very easy when you're not the recipient of this type of message that to say this as an outsider, but I think it's just important for all of us to acknowledge that this type of stuff comes from weak, cowardly people, and flat out all of the subsequent responses on Twitter. We had community manager a moment ago just sort of put in his 2 cents as well. Absolutely not representative of the Trials community, certainly not representative of anything I've tried to do in the Trials community. I'm not even a representative of it. I mean, I represent the University of Trials, but the Trials community is a bunch of different people, but overwhelmingly, since 2009 I've been involved, we don't tolerate crap like this. So, Ki Kai PHWVMD, I mean, sorry, pick a better name, but, please don't think that this is what it's like. It looks like it was your first time playing Trials, you're really enjoying it, streaming it for the first time, and you should never have got crap like this. So, look, you've already got the awesome level max and everything, so I couldn't do anything there. I've just given you a Proud Hero costume code just because you're awesome and you deserve it, and thankfully a bunch of other Trials community people got involved. So let's move past that, but I categorically state this type of behavior shouldn't be tolerated, and if anyone does see this online, I certainly make a point to call it out and tell people that I think it's unacceptable, and I'm hoping that plenty of you guys do the same. So yeah, really, really unfortunate to hear things like this and people believing they're representing the Trials community. So if you ever find out who that is, I mean, I'm not going to make any threats. I'm just really disappointed that that type of rubbish gets spit. Anyway, so Ki Kai, who's a new person to Trials, has actually made a request. So we started chatting on Twitter, and it turns out that she was just getting up to, she's gone through the awesome adventure stuff, got to the boss battle and struggled. So I said, in honor of her introduction into the University of Trials and the broader Trials community, I'm going to make a tutorial on the boss battle with the unicorn. Now, I wasn't ever planning on doing unicorn tutorials. Yeah, but whatever. You know what, Ki Kai, you need this? We're here for you. Now, it sounds like however many things. So look, I mean, one of the things I will say, Ki Kai, and this is purely going to be for you, everyone else watching this, you know all this stuff. In the comments you'll see below, there's a tutorial I've put on for Bunny Hop. Pay attention to the physics and understand how they work. It's a huge part of this game. You'll note that the bike and the rider work independent of each other. So that's a very key thing to make sure you grasp, and that the rotation of the bike and the throttle control, so this is where you sort of gently use the accelerator, they're crucial things. Making sure you're landing on your wheels and really just thinking about how your bike's landing and using the body weight of the unicorn in this case, but using your body weight and the momentum of the bike to get over increasingly difficult obstacles. This one's always hard, by the way. So, yeah, this is far from a zero fault thing. I just want to actually get to the boss battle for you. Actually, so you see, the reason I'm struggling with this at the moment is I'm not getting the momentum. You'll sort of see here, I'm not making that jump big enough. There we go. See, I kept the momentum that time round. Made it heaps easier. So this one just dropped down. And look, part of this Ki Kai is also about remembering where to jump, where not to jump. And some of that just takes practice. I had no right to get that. Hold on your little hooves. What else are the good, real beginner's tips? But the main thing is ask the community help. I mean, certainly ask me for help, but ask the community for help, and you'll find some great people and some real long-lasting friendships that have been around for a long time. Now, thank you. This is the part you get stuck on. Effectively, the way to beat this boss is, and I'm assuming you've already figured this out, but you've basically got to land on this guy's head. You're using your weight here to land on this glass dome head. The interesting thing is, it's about maintaining your position on his head. So I'm not going to do this for you immediately. I'm going to sort of talk about it a little bit. What you need to do is, I guess, what we in the Trials community refer to as throttle control. So this is where you gently press forwards and backwards and gently press the triggers to maintain your position and sort of gently keep yourself where they are. Timing of this challenge is crucial, and what you want to make sure you're doing is actually standing, if I'm honest, for the first 2 drops, you need to try and make sure you're not moving before he does the big drop down. So you kind of, before he shifts his weight, you need to get in the right position and not be going forwards or backwards, right? And what you want to aim to do is catch yourself using the accelerator. And I would almost suggest hovering slightly to the left-hand side. And that's the biggest tip I got. And I did actually make a video where I talked about this. But that's the biggest tip I've got. If you try and stay centered, or if you're wiggling around up on top there, you're really going to struggle. So you kind of need to quickly get settled and then let go. And just balance, and then as soon as you land, anticipate where you're going to fall, and then get it. But you see there, on the second big drop there, you'll tend to find yourself falling off to the right. So the other tip that I have for people is to actually, especially on that third one, try and rest yourself slightly to the left-hand side of the dome. So kind of there a little bit, yeah, just off center, because you'll tend to find a little bit. So you watch here now, just off center, and you'll land, reverse, bit off center, and then boom. And that's it. It's as simple as that. So they're probably my biggest tips, is you need to anticipate. So if you see yourself falling off to the back, accelerate to try and compensate and counteract that. Use the gentle application of the triggers, both forwards and backwards, to sort of maintain yourself on the dome. Before he does the big drop, you need to kind of be in the center for the first 2 drops, and then on the third one, slightly to the left. And it's that piece when you're slightly to the left will mean that when he does that big drop, you'll end up in the right spot. So they're probably the best tips I can give you, Kikai. Welcome to the Trials community. I hope you're around for a long time. And honestly, like, you know, I've made a point about speaking to you and Steve for Gears and everyone else about this whole thing, because like seriously, it pissed me off. But I've enjoyed being such a part of this community, and I would hate to think that there was someone out there that made dipped their toe into the water and just had this really horrible response and kind of went, I don't want to be part of that franchise. It's a great game. It's a great franchise. I'm a massive fanboy, but the community is genuinely a bunch of really cool people. So I hope you stick around for a long time, and hope you enjoyed the video. And actually, make sure you let me know in the comments if you actually managed to get this boss battle complete as well. So thanks, Kikai, Steve for Gears, and everyone else for watching, and I'll keep making more. Cheers.